Hey y'all, we're at my studio down here in the south of France with Hill Residency just outside of Nice, and I'm going to show you a bit of the work I've been doing since getting here at the beginning of January, and just talk a bit about my thoughts, the kind of crazy ways in which I organize space and what kind of happens behind the paintings. So. Yeah, I think since I was a kid, it was always just a way to make things make sense inside my head that I could not find in the world around me. I was not a good enough writer. I think I could have had another fantasy life in which I was writing novels or writing scripts for, especially I'm a big sci-fi nerd, a big fantasy lover. So a lot of my work is dealing with kind of replacing of memories, mixing with all these other ideas of history, both within art and outside, and also materiality. As I was saying, just like when I'm actually painting, it's like color, 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 and making decisions on how to mark and form, and really facing like the limitations of my own kind of return to where I come from, Kentucky and Cincinnati as a landscape, as an orientation point, but really working from memories of these spaces and dealing with the themes I often work with around loss, yearning, love, pain, all these kind of contradictions, like basic stuff that's really human, like not overclouded or overplaced. I mean, it's been interesting being down here in the south of France because there's a big legacy of the 19th and 20th century painters, the Nabis, and so getting to see a lot of bizarre works from them in the little museums, I think has created a natural tie into the work. I mean, I'm not really an artist who can just see things in my head and then whip them up into reality. I really have to sit with things very tangibly, which is very ironic, working heavily with memory, working heavily with these spaces that are absolutely intangible. But this is the reason you'll see the drawings also all over the place. It's really these, and a kind of lack of reverence for style or for making a drawing in a specific motif. They really are these ways of organizing thoughts and organizing the things around me quick, constantly, to allow myself to then enter the paintings, because it's like I really need that bridge into my own memory, to my own point of access. And yeah, I think that's something important to me also, is to be able to open up a path with the work for other people, not to access what I sought in the painting itself. It's often not important to me, but to be able to access something that they wouldn't be able to without having sat with the world that is coming together, the color, the form, the bits and pieces that create these compositions and create these these paintings. So yeah, I'm always painting backwards too. I need about 5 to 10 years minimum of distance from something before I can begin to really work with it. And I think it's also because I need a relationship. I need a relationship with the people in my paintings. I need a relationship with the landscapes, with the objects and places. I mean, you have everything from in this kind of fictionalized creek in Kentucky, Popelet Creek, which I come back to a lot, this cave motif. My show in Paris and in Los Angeles was dealing a lot with me trying to preserve an idea of Johannesburg, where I lived a long time, while I felt it slipping through my fingers, while it started to feel abstract. And so I was almost obsessively trying to use the paintings to hold a memory, but a lost memory, one that didn't exist anymore, of this place that was so fundamental to myself. But a lot of them are also, I mean, I made this little portrait of Georgia, a friend of mine, and an incredible artist from Toronto. She's just been my ghost during this residency. I really missed her. She was a neighbor for about 8 months when I was in Cape Cod and Provincetown. And I think maybe being in this shared kind of space, I felt the absence of her in my life deeply. And so, yeah, I had to make this painting as a means to keep her alive, to touch her every day. I mean, I had the same when I had my show in Paris with the gallery. There's a painting just titled Piwe about my friend in South Africa who has fallen out of contact for almost 3 years. I don't know if he's alive. I don't know if he is passed. I've talked to his sister. She's been out of contact. And so there's a manic obsession with making that painting for me. And I can see it when I still look at it. I repainted his face 1,000 times to the point of oblivion because I just had to touch him every day. I had to tell myself through this process of painting that this memory of this person inside me, that they were still here, that I could somehow use this as a mean to give them form. And yeah, you know, these are these things that are, you know, deeply personal, and I hope come through when people engage with the work or are in the studio in their own way. But the kind of, I think, very natural human experience of passing time in love, in loss, in holding on to something that's no longer there, and that's something important to me.